I wasn't sure if the audience would go with the sex scenes because there's very few same-sex sex scenes, in movies, and usually they're done for dramatic reasons. It's very dramatic and serious and important, and it's like Call Me by Your Name. It's very important and serious, or like Brokeback Mountain, the same thing, or we make fun of it. The camera drifts away.
Hi everyone, it's Bobby Lieber, and welcome to your favorite podcast where I talk about whatever I feel like talking about. So these big movie producers came to me and said, we want you to write a rom-com about a gay couple. Something a straight guy might even like and watch with his girlfriend.
Gay guys are my jam.
Awesome. Something a straight guy might like? Am I gonna be in the middle of some high-speed chase, then all of a sudden fall in love with Ice Cube? Am I gonna get butt-fucked by Jason Momoa while we're both worrying about a volcano? They said, we just want a movie that shows the world that gay relationships and straight relationships are the same. Love is love is love. And I said, love is love is love? No, it's not. That is bullshit. Our friendships are different.
I have to go to a party and you're too old to be in the pool. Please leave.
Our sex lives are different.
Ass pic?
Don't have ass pics.
Must see pic of ass.
Took this just for you, bro. Did he block me?
You're not gay.
No.
But the idea to make a gay rom-com, it came to you before asking Billy Eichner to co-write it with you. Why?
For years I just wondered why there hadn't been this story told on a big canvas, on a big, with a studio budget, and so it just seemed strange to me. There's so many stories, there's been so many rom-coms, and there have been, to be clear, there have been like gay rom-coms, like independent movies, there's been streaming movies, and there's been TV shows, but not with the kind of tone that I like to do, which is like tons of laughs, like on a pretty big scale. And so it just, it always floated out there as something that was intriguing to me and that seemed like a story worth telling, but obviously I couldn't tell it myself because I'm straight.
And you introduced Billy to screenwriting. He introduced you to gay culture.
Yeah.
Was there anything in that culture that he was telling you about that really surprised you?
It all kind of made sense to me. Like, it wasn't like hard to understand emotionally. The emotional logic of it made sense to me. I think the biggest thing, and it sounds kind of almost stupid now when I say it, but the thing that he said to me at the beginning, which I hadn't thought about before, is he said that, there's this misconception that when there's a gay couple, it's like two women dating or something, and he was like, it's the opposite. It's two men. They bring all of that masculinity stuff. They bring all of that fear of vulnerability, all of that stuff to a relationship, and it's two of them, and that to me was very eye-opening and also very obvious. And I'm a man, so I certainly understood that, emotionally. But I think that was the big thing that kind of he said at the very beginning, and I was like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense.
I don't want any Hollywood bullshit. No scenes where two guys are about to hook up, and all of a sudden the camera conveniently pulls away.
Oh. Hey, I'm gonna go. It was nice meeting you. Yeah, you too. It was lovely.
My whole life, I prided myself on being self-reliant.
What is going on with you?
This motherfucker has gone into my head. What are you into? One of these fucking ripped idiots with no opinions?
No, I'd like someone who's physically very frail and won't stop talking.
Maybe you're both bottoms and that's the problem.
Bottom day! Ooh, bottom day!
Oh my God. Gay sex was more fun when straight people were uncomfortable with it.
There's a lot of sex scenes and nudity.
Yeah.
No penises though.
No penises. We shot a penis.
You shot a penis.
We filmed the penis.
Oh, you filmed it.
We shot a penis. No, we filmed the penis, but we cut it out. It didn't work. Penis didn't work.
Because it's too serious or it's too hardcore porn?
No.
Or?
I have a penis in Sarah Marshall. I love penises in movies. It's fine. No, it just wasn't funny. We did it for comedy. So it was a funny idea, but it was during the montage through the seasons, like that romantic montage through the seasons, and there was a moment where Luke was trying to procrastinate from working, and he like tries to kiss like Billy and clearly wants to have sex, and Billy's like is like, no, I'm working, and then Luke leaves, and then he comes back in and puts his penis on Billy's shoulder, and like it's like just like a funny, but it just didn't. That sequence was so romantic. It turned out to be a lot more romantic than we thought, and this kind of just felt like silly.
Did you guys have intimacy coaches on set?
We did. She was lovely. I think for the most part, with the two of us, we were very comfortable with each other. So the sort of intimacy coordinator just made sure that we had sort of an understanding between the two of us. She made sure that we both had safe words, as it were. But so much of the comedy of the movie was sort of like improvised in some of the sex stuff. So we didn't get into all the sort of specific logistics of stuff.
No safe words necessary?
I don't think so.
No, I think we were very comfortable with each other. I also think the dynamic is a little different when it's two guys who are friends in real life. You know, but yeah, it was great to have an intimacy coach there. I think it's a great thing. You know, yeah, it's just a good resource to have when you do need it.
You like dumb guys.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. I see what you like. You like these big, like, bro-y, like, meathead idiots. Oh, is that what you like, Aaron? Yeah, you want to play with the big boys, huh? Oh, look, Aaron, they're fighting. You want to be in the fight. Yeah, you like that?
Hey.
Yeah, I can be tough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I can be tough like your boys.
Stop.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you like, huh? Oh, now you're on my blanket, bro. Yeah, get on my blanket, bro. Oh, now you want on my big blanket? Now you want to be on my big blanket? I can be aggressive. Oh, there you are. There you are. I can be. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's going on?
I'm over your blanket.
This film it's hailed as a historic film. First Hollywood gay rom-com. But in a way that also makes it almost too big to fail. Are you afraid of that, or were you concerned with that?
I never thought of it as too big to fail. I mean, to be honest, you know, we didn't even know that Universal would buy it, you know, in the first year that we were writing it. So you don't really sit down to write a historic movie or the first gay this or the second gay that. We just focused on making a really funny movie and an honest movie about these characters and an uplifting movie, a romantic movie, and kind of try to just ignore whatever pressure might come, you know, because of the, you know, historic statistics that may or may not be attached to it.
And how did the LGBTQ, I do not.
Community.
Exactly, sorry.
You're
I
doing
have a
great.
trans son, I know. But still, how did they react? They can be a difficult lot to win over.
Yeah, they can, especially when it's one of their own who's succeeding and at the center of a story, because we haven't had a lot of that. And, you know, there is a theory called, you know, the scarcity effect, you know, when there haven't been many examples of a successful person from a marginalized group, often it's other people in that marginalized group who are kind of waiting with bated breath to tear that person down. And that's true of any marginalized group of people. And that speaks to the fact that we haven't had many movies like this. So when we do, there is a kind of a strange, irrational reaction to it from certain people in the community. But that's a product of the straight gatekeepers of the world not giving us these opportunities. And so you just kind of have to roll with it.
We cannot afford to push our opening again. People will think we're in trouble. Maybe this whole place could fall apart. We need new ideas for what goes in the final wing, and we need them now. Cherry, go.
You know the blue whale hanging in the Museum of Natural History?
Yes.
What about that, but instead of the blue whale, it's a lesbian?
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, we can't do that.
What if the final exhibit was a recreation of a queer wedding?
I like that.
That I don't have.
Tamara, that is so sweet. I love that. And people can come and register for wedding gifts here.
You're gonna write that
Oh my God, and no! That is old-fashioned heteronormative nonsense. We need to get people to rethink history through a queer prism, not comfort them with another gay wedding, all right? It's a museum, it's not Schitt's Creek.
Oh, I like Schitt's Creek.
I love Schitt's Creek. That show has layers.
Everyone loves Schitt's Creek. Great, okay.
That's who you remind me of, Eugene Levy.
Last question. Was Abe Lincoln gay? And does it even matter?
Look, we can't say for sure, you know. You know, there is evidence to speak to the fact that he did have this sort of intimate, romantic feeling relationship with certain men that he did sleep in the same bed with occasionally, although that is something men did at the time. But so we'll never know, you know, but I think it's an interesting idea. And does it matter? And and before Abraham Lincoln, there was a really awful guy named James Buchanan who was president, who was very conservative and was absolutely gay.
Threw the best parties at the White House. He was famous for bringing protocol to the White House.
Yes, but he was a terrible person and a bad president. But there's way more evidence about him being gay. So, and God knows who else was gay that, ran the country that we'll never know, or bi, or, what have you. But I do think it's important, because we need to see evidence of LGBTQ people's contributions to history and to society. It's been pretty much erased from the historic record, at least in the States. I can't speak to other countries and what the school curriculum is in other countries. But in our country, there are now states where they're literally debating whether or not you can say the word gay to a child under a certain age, even one that might be gay himself or have queer parents, So we're very backwards. And the more we have to deal with that, the more I think it's important to say, like, here's what our contributions to history have been. As long as there's been human civilization, there have been men having sex with other men and falling in love with other men, and LGBTQ people existing and thriving and contributing to like all fields, and we don't hear about them. So I do think it's important to acknowledge who those people were.
I would just say the most interesting sort of conversation that came out of is Abraham Lincoln, or was Abraham Lincoln gay, is what I don't think he was personally, but I think that it's been fascinating to watch people lose their minds that you even pose the question. And I think we all sure should get better at not being so freaked out by people asking questions.